Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about states of matter. This is part 2 of the video. I have already uploaded part 1 and in part 1 I have discussed about the definition of matter, the properties of matter, the different molecular model of solids, liquids and gases, and now in this video I will discuss about the differences between solids, liquids and gases based on 15 different properties. So let's start the video. Now, first property is mass. Now, on the basis of mass, how can we say the characteristics of solids, liquids and gases? Let us see. So first, in case of solids, they have definite mass. Liquids also have definite mass. Gases also have definite mass. Okay. But in case of volume, we generally see that solids have definite volume and liquids have definite volume. But gases do not have definite volume. And in case of shape, we generally see that solids have a definite shape, but liquids and gases do not have definite shape. And they always have the tendency to acquire the shape of the container in which they are kept. Suppose if we pour the liquid in a bottle, what will happen? It will acquire the shape of the bottle. If we pour the liquid in a bucket, then what will happen? It will take the shape of the bucket. So that's why we can say that liquids and gases have the tendency to acquire the shape of the container in which they are kept. Now, the fourth point is compressibility. Based on compressibility, how can we determine the properties of solids, liquids and gases? Let us see. But before that, let me tell you what is compressibility. Now, compressibility is the measure of its change in volume under the action of external forces. Means whenever we are applying any external force, when there is a change in volume of that particular body, that is known as compressibility. Okay, now in case of solids, we generally see that they are not compressible. And the reason is that the molecules are very tightly packed. In part 1, I have already discussed about the molecular model of solids, where I have shown you with the help of diagrams that how the molecules are arranged. Okay, since they are tightly packed, that's why they are not compressible. In case of liquids, they are almost compressible, since the molecules are not so tightly packed. And in case of gases, they are highly compressible because the molecules are least closely packed and the intermolecular spaces between the molecules are largest. Okay. Now let me discuss about the fifth property, that is rigidity. Now what is rigidity? Rigidity is the property in which the particles are fixed in a position. Okay, rigidity means how much hard or rigid the object is. Now in case of solids, we generally see that the molecules are fixed in a position. They do not have the space to move from one portion to another. Okay, but in case of liquids, we see that they have larger intermolecular spaces compared to that of solids. So they can move. And in case of gases, the intermolecular spaces are largest, and that's why they can move freely and they are always in a continuous random motion. So from that we can easily say that solids are highly rigid and liquids are less rigid and gases are not at all rigid. Since the molecules are continuously moving, they are not fixed. Since the molecules are not fixed, that's why the gases are not rigid. Now the next property is fluidity. Now in case of solids, we generally see that solids cannot flow, but liquids and gases can flow. So what is fluidity? Fluidity is the property in which the molecules move in space. What type of space? Intermolecular space. Okay, a substance whose molecules can move easily in space is said to be fluid. Okay, now fluid means gases or liquids, both gases or liquids. In some cases I find that the students are saying that fluids means liquids only. No, fluids represents both gases and liquids. Okay, now let me discuss about the next property, that is the seventh property, that is diffusion. Now what is this diffusion? Diffusion means the movement of particles or molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Or we can also say that diffusion is the spontaneous mixing of particles of two or more substances. And the example is, whenever you suppose you spray perfume in one corner of the room. Now if someone is standing at the other corner of the room, that person will be able to smell it. Okay, now why does this happen? This happens due to diffusion. Okay, the smell of perfume spreads due to diffusion or intermingling of perfume vapors with the molecules of air. Clear? Now next I will discuss about the eighth property, that is number of free surfaces. Okay, in case of solids we generally see that they can have any number of free surfaces. Liquids have only one free surface and gases do not have any free surface. Now let me tell you this one first. Okay, that is in case of solids, why they have any number of free surfaces. Now solids can have any number of free surfaces, that is they have infinite number of surfaces because they have infinite number of shapes, and since the molecules are tightly packed, they generally do not flow. Now let me give you one example, a very common example, that generally a big brick is composed of mud, and mud is made up of what? Dirt and small amount of water. So when masonry makes brick with the help of this mud and water, then we can utilize this brick in constructing big buildings, isn't it? So this small brick will convert into big building with infinite number of surfaces. That's why we can say that solids can have any number of free surfaces. Now in case of liquids, we generally see that liquids take the volume of the container in which it is kept and they can easily flow. So we can say that it has one surface, one free surface. Now gases do not have any free surface since it occupies the volume of the entire space. Okay. Now, let me discuss about the ninth property, that is packing of molecules. Okay, the molecules are tightly packed in solids, isn't it? This portion already I have discussed in the previous video. Now, in case of liquids, the molecules are less tightly packed, and in case of gases, the molecules are least tightly packed. Okay, now let me discuss about the next property, that is the 10th property, intermolecular force of attraction. So what is intermolecular force of attraction? The force of attraction or repulsion. Not only attraction, also repulsion. Okay, so the force of attraction or repulsion which act between neighboring particles. And what type of particles? It can be atoms, molecules or ions. Okay, that force of attraction or repulsion is known as intermolecular force of attraction. So in case of solids, we will see that they have strong intermolecular force of attraction. And in case of liquids, the intermolecular force is slightly weaker than that of the solids. Okay. And in case of gases, the intermolecular force of attraction is negligible. Negligible means not at all present. Okay, now let me discuss about the 11th property, that is movement of molecules. How these molecules move? The molecules only vibrate on either side of their mean position in case of solids. Okay, since the molecules are tightly packed, there is no space in between the molecules, so they will not be able to leave their place, or they will not leave their position. They only stay in their position and they vibrate about their mean position. Now, in case of liquids, we generally see that the molecules move in all directions. They move in all directions since they are not tightly packed, they are loosely packed. Okay, but there is one condition, that the molecules can move in all directions, but it should be within the liquid, that is within the boundary of the liquid. They generally don't leave that. They do not leave the boundary. Within the liquid, they can move in all directions. Now, in case of gases, the molecules move in all the space available in a random motion. Suppose if air is present within this room, so it will not occupy a particular corner of the room. It will spread in all directions and it will occupy the entire volume of the room, and it will continuously move in a random way. Okay. Now, the 12th point is application of pressure. Now, solids exert pressure only on its base, that is downwards. Why? Due to its weight. And weight I have already discussed in the previous video, that what is the difference between mass and weight. Okay. Now, here we generally see that solids exert pressure where? Downwards. And what is the reason? Due to its weight. Okay. Now, liquids. In case of liquids, we generally see that they exert pressure in all directions, but it should be inside the liquid, not outside the liquid. And in case of gases, they exert pressure where? They exert pressure on the wall of its container and from all directions. Now, next I will discuss about the 13th property, that is surface tension. Okay, now what is this surface tension? Surface tension is the property of the surface of the liquid, where it acts as if it were a stretched elastic membrane. Now, the cohesive forces between liquid molecules are responsible for this surface tension. So, what are cohesive forces? The forces of attraction between the particles of same substance are known as cohesive forces. And what is the opposite of cohesive force? The opposite of cohesive force is adhesive force. And adhesive force is the force of attraction between the particles of different substances. So the forces between the same substance is known as cohesive, and the forces between different substances is known as adhesive. Okay, and this cohesive force, that is the attraction between the particles of same substance, is responsible for the property of surface tension. Okay, water molecules have strong cohesive forces which are responsible for surface tension. Now we have seen that the spherical shape of small drops of liquids are generally due to the surface tension of the liquid. Now if we place paper carefully on the surface of water, we will see that surface tension of water allows it to support. Okay. Now let us see that what happens in case of solids then. Solids do not show the property of surface tension. Only liquids show the property of surface tension. Gases also do not show the property of surface tension. Liquids show the property of surface tension due to the cohesive force, and they always tends to occupy the minimum surface area. Now let me discuss about the next property, that is viscosity. Now solids are not viscous. Okay, liquids are viscous and gases are viscous. But let me first tell you what is this viscosity. Viscosity is a measure of a fluid's resistance to flow. So we can say that viscosity is opposite to fluidity. Actually, viscosity defines how thick or thin a liquid is. Now tell me, which flows faster, water or honey? what would you tell? Honey flows slower than water because it is thick. So, viscosity means how thick or thin a liquid is. Now, toothpaste is very viscous since it is very thick and moves very slow. I hope this point is clear. Now, the last property which I will discuss today is heating effects. Okay, now in case of solids we see that the expansion rate is low in case of solids on heating. But first let me tell you what is expansion. The increase in size or volume of objects on heating is called expansion. Then what is the opposite of expansion? The opposite of expansion is contraction. Contraction means the decrease in the size or volume of objects on cooling. Matter generally expands on heating and contracts on cooling. Okay, now let us come back to this table once again. So expansion rate is low in case of solids on heating. And in case of liquids, we see that expansion rate is more than solids. And expansion rate is more than liquids in case of gases. So the expansion rate is maximum in case of gases and minimum in case of solids. Okay, I hope this properties are clear to you, and also the differences between solids, liquids and gases are clear. Now in the next part I will discuss about the interconversion of the changes of matter. So in that video I will discuss about the interchange of the states of matter, but for the time being I have to end this video. So thank you very much and take care of yourself, and if you find this video to be useful, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Subscription is free. Okay, so just click on the button subscribe and you will be subscribed. Thank you very much. Bye.